What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today in the world of indie games, we're going to be taking a look at Signalis. This is a game that I didn't get around to checking out the demo the last time it came through, but effectively, it is like Resident Evil. So you know we played Conscript a little bit ago. Very much similar to that. The only difference is the setting. This is a game where you are surviving, running around, fighting zombies on a derelict space station or like space installation. The game has a very unique art style that kind of calls back to the PlayStation 1 era. We're going to take a look at it for about 25-30 minutes in a first impressions format and see what the game's got on offer. So anyways, let's dive on in. If after watching this you wanted to get the game for yourself, it is out. You can get it at the link that's listed down below. On top of that, you can also take a look down below for my Discord and my Twitch stream, just in case you wanted to hang out live. But before I waste any more time in the video jibber-jabbering, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, it appears as though we've been given control. Looks like I could move around with W, A, S, and D, and Shift does give us a nice little sprinty boy effect right there. We've got a door over on this side. Apparently F is our interaction key right there. I would very much like to see that tooltipped a little bit, at least for the first couple rooms, just to help the player figure out what button it is they're supposed to be pushing. But you know what? Let's continue forward. Let's continue rocking. We've got another door right there that is locked, so that leaves the giant spooky ladder right here. Let's go ahead and go up it, and it looks like inside this room we do have ourselves an accessible door, and it looks like there's something accessible to the south as well. Gonna have to make a tough decision here. Let's go for the north, I guess. This one says cryo next to it. I don't know if that's just a decal that's gonna exist next to most of the doors, or if that, oh, there's doors on either side too. Okay, so the doors are marked by like the little caution symbols, the little bumblebee style pattern that they've got on the floor right there, because nothing says terrifying derelict space station like bumblebees. Let's see, the Penrose Field Operations Manual. Okay, so that manual right there just gave us basically a corporate brochure about the ship that we are currently on. We awoke from cryo sleep. I don't think we're supposed to be awake right now. Something probably has gone desperately wrong. But then again, the whole place is dripping. It's not really functioning too well. A smeared diary page. Woke up from cryo in empty mess hall. Was wondering Elster's looking out for flight deck. Like some lost though. Sometimes I feel is home. Huh. Okay. The Gestalt officer's sleeping bunk. Alright. Can I investigate, like, most of the things? It doesn't look like I can look at the busted table, but then again, wrecked-ass furniture is probably not the most interesting thing you can find on a spacecraft like this. And we found our way to another cryo chamber. It's not gonna let me wake up a friend, is it? Okay. I do very much like the layout of the puzzle right here. Just do the elevator thing and push every button? Nope, it's definitely not push every button. Alright, well maybe until we find a clue here. Diagnostic systems for the cryogenic capsule. I don't suppose that I know how to read those or have any, like, expertise in the field of decryogetizing people. No? Alright, well since there's a lot of combinations of buttons we can push over here if we were going to try to brute force it, I'm going to move along. Let's go ahead and head down this way and just kind of see. You know, I'd like to have a weapon. That's the feeling that I get right now. A pipe, a big knife, like anything I can really get my hands on would be great. Repair the logic module. Well, it told me that I have access to a couple of things inside an inventory, actually. If we hit tab, the game's got like this really, really cool CRT inventory right here. We can basically run up to diagnostics, and we can take a look at all of the things that we have currently found inside of our inventory so far. We can also take a look at our health, which is very much the health from like a Resident Evil game. We've got like the little EKG meter over there. It's letting us know our heart rate. We're apparently nominal right now. Our character's doing better than I am. I don't think I've ever been nominal in my entire life. So what does this thing do over here? We've got some duct tape. Pick up the adhesive tape. Okay. Yeah, I think I could probably pick up some adhesive. Oh, you can, like, click on all this stuff. All right, so the Penrose 512 Scout Vehicle Status Monitor. critical system failure detected. Location in unknown planetary space. Crew status, Yong is no signal, so that's probably dead. And then it says there's another replica unit inside the mess hall. So we probably, a hard landing has damaged critical systems. Oh, we're not in space right now. We're, like, on the ground. Okay. So, yeah, that seems like, Okay, so it's got an item combination system as well, as denoted inside the notebook that I read down below. Fair enough. I do very, very much like the way that all of the various objects you can interact with, though. They made like a full 3D model for that, rather than just doing a text box telling you what you're seeing. And I respect that. That probably took a lot of extra work to add that layer of polish and that layer of immersive depth. That's a good thing. Oh, boy. There's an AVA suit in the case. Okay. Insert key card. All right, so we can't go out that way yet. I think we just got to go back the way that we came. And I do think that the transitions in between, like, the 3D and the 3D on top of the 2D environment are actually fairly seamless. Like, they fit together with regards to, like, theme, atmosphere, artistic coloring. Like, it's all put together pretty well. We still got to find the mess hall, wherever the hell that's at. But we do have the cockpit up here. A faded photograph is stuck to the LDAM controls. Pick up the photograph. Might as well. I mean, what else are we going to do around here? Landing and docking assist monitor is of no use any longer. The port controls panel, there's been a critical system failure due to a hard landing. Okay. The ship's control panel. Judging from the readout, there's no chance that it's ever going to fly again. So I'm just not going to, I know, like, deep down in my little 1980s kid analog soul, I want to flip all the levers and mess with everything. I'm going to do it. Never mind, we're going to do it. Aw, it won't let me. I wanted to be like, click, 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 and, like, move the little buttons around, man. Everybody, analog buttons are the greatest thing ever. The starboard controls, the controls aren't responding to inputs. It's an electrical failure. Okay. We're definitely on the ground, though. It looks kind of frosty and Hoth-like outside. As far as the map goes, like, it said that there was a map, right? Where have I been? So we've got the forward hall, the flight deck, the mess hall, upper gallery. We've got a lot of locked doors. Did we actually fully check out the lower floor? We did. Okay, so the entire lower floor. Do I click to move around on this? How do I move around on this menu? A lot of things kind of open to the amount. Oh, you just click while you're in it. Okay. Fair enough. It looks like we've actually more or less been just about everywhere. Well, there you go. So I didn't realize that there was an inspect function inside my inventory. It took me, like, I was kind of wandering around the ship and I was like, you know, I feel like I've been fairly thorough in looking at all this stuff. The back of the photograph has what we need to get the guy out of the airlock. And so, anyways, you can go inside the inventory and there's an inspect option. It did say something about that in the pamphlet that was inside the mess hall, but, like, honestly, I just didn't think about it. But now that I noticed it, it seems fairly obvious to me that most of these Resident Evil style games have that kind of, like, analysis thing you can do. And so, anyways, I probably should have thought of it faster. So it's the 2 and then a little L at the bottom. All right. So you. Oh, baby. Please don't be a monster, dude. If a monster comes out of here, I'm going to be a very tilty boy. Oh, I can interact from right. Oh, we turned like a little handle right there. The actual texture itself rotated. That's pretty. Oh, it's not a texture. That was actually part of the 3D model. Looks to me like the cryopod is just full of, like, toilet water. I don't know. Either way, we've got 2 pieces of key that are snapped in half inside the cryogenic pod, and of course, it's covered in tomato human fluid. Absolutely. All right, well, we got the airlock key, and obviously what we need to do here is duct tape. Yeah, dude, just tape it. Duct tape, is there nothing that you can't accomplish? All right, let's get ourselves out of this ship real fast because I don't feel like dying inside of a coffin, although on thinking about it, the mess hall said when I was in it that there was a replicant inside the mess hall. So pretty good chance that I'm not even a human being. I'm just some kind of, like, cybernetic organism. All right, so we need it. Do I want to open the airlock without, I mean, This might be a really bad idea. I don't have a suit on or anything. Oh, good, it unlocked the suit. That's what I was curious about. I was like, this is gonna be one of those situations where the game punishes me, you know what I mean, for like not getting the suit first. I don't know what to do with all that white stuff on the ground, dude. I'm from California and my family's from Hawaii. We don't mess with this white stuff all over the place, man. I am very, very acclimated towards heat and warmth and like 107-degree days. Perfectly fine out in the sun, 108, 109 degrees. Anything below 60 degrees, though, and I'm like, I'm dying. This is what death feels like. Oh, I'm playing the game again. I think. Looks like I can walk forward by clicking. So that's what I'm gonna do. Oh, look, big terrifying Stargate. Absolutely. Okay. It's apparently just a big pit. There's a strange hole leading deep into the ground, and there's a faint light glowing in the deep. Do you crawl into the hole? Sure, why not? Just, yeah, make it happen, Captain. I don't see any other options. Personally, I just stay right here in the bottom of the cistern. But sure, let's go inside the terror sphincter. The sphincter o' horror. Well, we're here now. What's this? An ancient-looking tome is on the table. It feels like it's calling to me. Pick up the king in yellow. Okay. Hey, we made it to the title screen. That never happens in this channel. Ever. I never make it to the title screen. Then again, sometimes you have like those cyberpunk title screens that are like 6 hours into the game where you're like, wow, I just now hit the title screen? I didn't even think, it's been so long that I didn't even think there was going to be a title screen. Apparently I'm in the bathroom now. We had to drop a repliturd off. All right. I came all the way here to find her. There's no turning back now. The surface access lift, I don't need to go back. All right. There's a note over here. What does this say? So apparently this is a brochure for Serpinsky Station, which is where people come to get a new start at a mining facility supplying ore and other resources for a war effort against an alluded-to enemy called the Empire. And apparently, we get rations here, and one of our benefits is that we can give up some of our rations and send them to a beneficiary. What's going on right here? There's no one at the reception desk. I wonder what happened that caused a staff shortage at a facility like this. Something ate them. That's what I'm going to be guessing is consumption is what happened here. There's a key card with a note taped to the window. Due to the staff shortage, new arrivals go to classroom 4C in the northeast. Picks up the reception key? Sure. All right. Instead of going to the northeast like a good boy... Oh, I can't. Never mind. See, that's what I get for being a relentless contrarian right there. As I was like, you know what, dude? I'm just going to go to the west. You can't stop me. I go where I want. I move where I will. Well, somebody's watching us on the camera right there. Either that or it auto-tracks. The rule of 6. Never carry more than 6 items on your person. Private property is a privilege. Keep your pockets empty and your bag light. No, I just want to not read the note no more. The lock is defective and cannot be opened. Yeah, I get the feeling that a lot of stuff's not working around here. That requires a key. There's a keypad on this one. Oh, no, it let me go through. I fully... What is that? A dead Yule unit. She's in a horrible state. Infected-looking biocomponents are bulging out of a damaged shell. What happened that could cause this? Yeah, I get the feeling that I need a gun right about now. Let's see here. Full Protector ID unit filing request. Department Full Protector ID of unit processing request. Mond and Toctor high security wall safe. Location of object 4B. The wall safe in 4B keeps resetting to the default combination. What's the point of a whole radio code broadcasting system if our safe can be opened with the code in the manual? Okay, so we probably want to track down the manual then. All right, so it's come to my attention that one worker might be aware of the code broadcasting frequencies for the Protector wall safes. Any workers connected to this leak are to be interrogated until the culprit is found. I'm restricting all radio privileges for workers until further notice. All right, and then what is this? Oh, God. Oh, it's a save point. Okay, cool. So we have like a little bit of a... That's one of the spookier save points I think I've ever seen in a video game. Dude, I'm going to get lost in here. I know it. Where does this go back to? No running in the hallways. Be mindful of your neighbors. Everyone can hear you run. So what you're saying is I should not be running. That's... Wall safe. I don't think we know the passcode just yet. I think we got to find the manual first would be my guess. They said that they keep resetting. I am tastefully curious about who is following me on the cameras right now. I don't know, dude. I'm wearing a unitard. I feel exposed. Oh, look, a person. They're leaking. Ah, great. An Elster unit. You should leave. This facility's lost. Turn back before it's too late. I'm looking for this woman. Have you seen her? I don't know her, but she might be one of the workers. All Gestalt workers were sent to the mine below the facility. If she's alive, she's down there. There's an access elevator to the mine shaft one level below, but you need an administrator key to use it. Okay, what's on the bench over here? Protector key. Sure, never hurts to have more keys. Can't go that way. Doesn't look like there's anything else interesting in the area. So that's pretty much a dead end right there. That's actually, I'm like weirdly okay with that. Because this adventure has not been going so great for me. Did I check these already? I did. And then we came back from this way. I'm going to go ahead and save my game real fast because the music is picking up kind of like an intensity at the moment that makes me think something terrible is about to happen to my body. Such as it is. Okay, so that's locked. That thing's going to get up, dude. I know it. This person's missing a head. Okay. An aperture card microfilm viewer. If I had an aperture card, I could view the content here. There's not going to be anything good on the aperture card, man. A simple first aid kit. I can't use any of these since they're not made for replicas. It looks like there's something very obvious on the table right there, but it won't let me touch-inate it. Hey, the door back at the beginning opens with the protector key. I was just kind of wandering around wildly. Maybe it's like a guard office. Can I get a gun? What do we have here? Let's see. I announced the following by order of Aeon. Due to recent events in accordance with new Aeon public interest media regulation, the term, which is currently used on Aeon facilities, is no longer permissible and you may not use it. Management personnel will black out the term from all signage. Okay, what is the term? Apparently it's considered an offense and you get 2 cycles of double work shifts. All right. And there we are. We've got ourselves a Space 1911. Pick up the pistol. Absolutely. What is this right here? Aperture card? Yep. I'll take that too. And then this is a manual. Do not point the gun at other people. The Type 75 is a short recoil operated locked breech semi-automatic pistol. Ooh, it's a 10, huh? Okay. With a 10 in my hand and a gleam in my eye, I'm a loped out gangsta set tripping banger. All right, so let's see here. Remember to equip the... Okay, yeah, I'll... Wait, hold on. I said something about finishing it off. Let's see here. Do not waste ammunition. It is a resource of the nation. When a target is down, finish it off by kicking or hitting it. Okay. What key do I push to kick it or hit it? Well, I got 1 magazine. So that's good. And then we got the aperture card, so we more than likely need to go back. It's going to come alive now that I have a weapon, huh, dude? I've played games like this enough. Nah. Oh, apparently you just run up on it and press F to stomp it out. I went through the controls and everything, and nowhere did it tell you what the key was to stomp out the enemy, but it's just the normal interaction key while standing over its body. Apparently it's dead. I only have 3 bullets left. So, I'm sorry, 7 bullets left. I can do math. All right, let's go up this way. Dude. Hello. You don't belong here either, do you? I'm Issa Itao. You should be careful. There's something wrong with this place. Yeah, you don't say. There's headless guys everywhere. I just got attacked by a zombie toaster. Yeah, things are... I don't need that explanation. I'm aware. I don't know what happened, but it's probably dangerous to go any further. That's okay. I understand. I have something I need to do, too. Take care. I hope you find who you're looking for. That animation was really good right there. Did you notice how she looked down at the dead body and then carefully stepped in between the legs and across it? Little details. This game is just rife with them. All right, so aperture card goes in here. The wall safe complies with the use on... Oh, nice, dude. Okay, so this is the wall safe thing. The default code is 204512. And then hold the confirm key for 10 seconds. 204512. Hopefully I don't have to look at the footage. Let's go get it. All right, classroom here. And it was 2045 12. Oh, I didn't have to hold it for 10 seconds. Yay. Bullets? Please? It's more paper. I can't kill enemies with paper. The classroom key. Okay. I don't have any other classrooms on my list right now, but I haven't tried that door to the right, and I haven't tried that door to the north. So let's maybe try the one back at the beginning real fast and see what that's got going on. And we'll see how that plays out. Okay, so that's a defective lock. We, like, flat out can't go that way. So taking a look at the map here. I don't think we have much of a choice. But I guess to press up back to where we came from. Like, most of these doors seem to kind of just not be super functional, so... Oh, she's gone. Beautiful. Pick up a repair patch. Sure, yeah, I might need repairs at some point. And then we've got another magazine of 10 millimeter. Yeah, sounds good. 10 millimeter is a solid gun for this situation. And apparently the classroom key does indeed open that... Oh, dude, another big scary hole in the floor. All right. I don't see much else in here, so I guess we just kind of go for it. Yeah, sure. Drop down the hole. Okay. Is that a thing that I saw that's like in close proximity to me? I would like for it not to be in close proximity. And there's a little magazine on the floor right there. Another nice little detail. We can go north. I'm going to resist the urge to run from here on out, even though I do want to move more quickly. Just due to the fact that things seem to not be going so great. We got a lot of bodies around here. We can go that way. The elevator's out of order. Lock is defective. And that requires a key to the west wing. However, that elevator summons just fine. I don't love the idea. What is this? A service hatch key. Yeah, I'll take it. Elevator controls have been locked. I need a protector identification card. Didn't we just have one? You didn't keep it after you put it in the door slot to get the gun? But look, if you really want to, we can go to the Krankenflügel. There's two. You have here at Serpiente Station. All right, we have all the Krankenflügel choices you could ever desire in your life. Do you wish that your life had further and more embellished Krankenflügels? Well, let me tell you what. We got Krankenflügels for days out here. There was pretty much an elevator map on the wall, but nothing else inside of there. Unlocks from the other side. Okay, so that's more than likely a loop back. Knowing what I know about level design. Lots of locked doors, but we do have one that's accessible over to the right. And a note. Let's see here. The lock on the staff door in A6 is jammed again, requesting a locksmith. Electronics reset key is nowhere to be found. I set up a lockpicking kit, but management bumped the elevator engines up in priority, so next shift is going to be to pick the lock. It's just trial and error at this point. Find me if you need a key to open the service hatch. Okay, so I already got that. There's the service hatch key. Basically what we have here is there's an ultrasound device that's hooked up to the locking mechanism, and it looks like we need to get the pins to like certain heights in order to make this whole thing function. I think what we're trying to do is we're trying to line up the joint with that pin right there with that central column. But I'm not enough of a locksmith to know. I've got 3 of them lined up, and I think if I'm right... Yeah, okay. That's what it was. It was that little tiny line right there that I had to line up. It took me a minute to fiddle with it because I didn't know if I was trying to get them all fully depressed because there was kind of a line on the bottom of the pin, too, that you could see when it was going down. And so I didn't know if I was lining those up at the bottom of the pin well or if I was lining it up from the middle. So off camera, I lined up all the pins at the bottom of the pin well, and then the second time around, I just set it up so that I could click it on into play. I knew it was one of those 2 outcomes. I just wasn't sure. I have no locksmithing experience whatsoever. So we found an east wing area that we need to go to. No zombies so far, which is great. What are you? The box is locked, and it looks like it needs a square-shaped key. Okay, I'll keep that in mind. One nice thing about the game that I did notice as we were playing through is that, like, the map actually keeps, like, fastidious details about what's inside each room. You kind of got to look at it, but still, that box, we now know that's in there just from our map. I should probably go to that rightmost door before we keep plunging further headlong in because we just got through, like, a major challenge. And it's, oh. What's up, lady? Close. Stomp her out. Oh, God! Looks like it only takes like 2 rounds to take them out, though. I don't think they drop anything, however. We're on 6 rounds right now. Workers' sleeping units. In facilities like these, small cage bunks are all that a Gestalt worker gets to call their own. They sleep in cages? Protectors have been worried lately, and they're hiding something. There's less of them. The ration plan keeps changing. Alina says, I'm imagining. I can feel their fear like it's my own. What are they scared of? Actually doesn't look like there's really anything interactable inside of here. So I think we'll just plunge on forward. I think that's our best course of action. Yeah, this is Signalis. I don't have too many thoughts. Signalis, I think, is a solid piece of work from what I've seen so far. Like, it doesn't stray far from, like, the roots of Parasite Eve, Silent Hill, Resident Evil, but for the sake of the game, I think that's a really good thing mechanically. They've changed up the stuff that matters, which means we're not using the tank controls that you had in the old Resident Evil games. It actually controls with respect to the keyboard rather than, like, the facing of the character, which I think was a good change, but everything else is more or less very much like PS1 era Resident Evil. And that's a big appetite out there in the gaming world that I think isn't going satisfied. Like, Silent Hill is dead. Most of the Resident Evil games are like full action movies at this point. They're not really like scary anymore. Some of the remakes did a good job, but you get what I'm saying. Like, I think the game has a really, really good heaping helping of atmosphere. It like drips with ambience. Every room you enter feels tense and hostile and almost like oppressive. The fights, they drain your resources, and every single bullet you fire feels like a sacrifice, which is very much a callback to Resident Evil 1. The enemies are threatening. It doesn't take too many hits to take you down. They are slow. They're pretty easy to avoid, but, like, if they hit you, they really, really, really hit you. But speaking of those hits, I do think that hits against the player could be chunkier and heavier implied visually. I think that player attacks feel good, the enemy animations look good, but when you get hit, it's kind of just like a red flash on screen, like your character isn't like, and like stumbles backwards, you know, as though they've been struck by a mechanized cleaver-wielding psycho. And so I do think that, like, visually and soundtrack-wise, getting hit could feel a little bit better. But the soundtrack itself is top-notch. I loved the music. I thought the game sounded great. The movement feels very, very natural while you putter around the game world. And that game world itself is doing some very solid lifting when it comes to building out the lore of the universe that you're trying to survive. The place is absolutely littered with, like, notes and books and things of that nature. And for the sake of brevity and fitting, you know, my impressions into, like, a 45-minute video, I skipped through most of them and just kind of, like, gave you guys a synopsis of what I had read, but the writing is good, and it is sufficiently cryptic enough to kind of get those little hooks in you and make you want to play a little bit more. All in all, I don't really have a lot of complaints. This is a very, very solid release. Like, the only observations I think I have at the end of the video was what I just said, like, hits against the player could be a little bit more solid. And I think that the emergent style of tutorializing they went for, with, like, finding notes and things, didn't quite get the micro details of the game across completely for me personally. But after I had looked through the keybinds and realized where the pesky inspect button was on my objects, I was pretty much good to go after that, and everything started falling into place. And a big part of that's going to be my fault, too, for just not paying attention to the letters and the notes that I was looking at as well. Like, when notes, I tend to glaze over a little bit when notes are like, you know, this option, this option, this option, and it's like referring to the, like, UI-related notes that don't have that kind of, like, fearful survival horror feeling to them. I'm like, this is a tutorial note. I don't need that. And then, like, 30 minutes later, I'll be like, why can't I get further into the game? Happens to me all the time. So anyway, it's kind of like, you know, like when you go to microwave a dinner and you check the box and you're like, it says, like, microwave for 3 minutes with, like, a slit in the top. And then, like, the second you put it inside the microwave, you have to go back to the trash and dig out the box just to, like, second check and make sure you read it right, rather than reading it twice in the first place to make sure you committed it to memory. Exactly the problem I have. Anyways, I'll catch y'all later. Thank you for stopping on in. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we had Signalis. Tomorrow we will have something else. Take care, everybody, and that's all I got. Bye.